Welcome back to your last budget launch. In this video, we're going to talk about how you cover overspending when overspending happens. So let's just get something straight right at the beginning that overspending is a normal part of budgeting. So you're not always going to judge your targets exactly right. So when you're setting your, on your planning page, your target, and then you're deciding what to assign each month based on your target, you're not going to necessarily get them all right. You're going to know for your debt and you're going to know for a lot of your bills, but your sinking funds or some of those like emergency or savings goals or anything you're saving up for that you have to spend from, it can change from month to month. And sometimes you end up overspending. Even things like groceries and gas, some months cost more than others. So let's talk about how you fix it when it happens. We can see here that we've budgeted $40, which was our target and goal for kids' clothes. Let's say that the kids go through a growth spurt or something like that, and we need to go in and buy them some clothes. So this budget that we're using is the demo from March. So let's say it's March 19th, and we go to, I don't know, Old Navy at the mall, right? And we end up spending $62.78. It's going to come out of kids' clothes. Remember, I can just type the letters and it will pop up, this one. And then I'm going to spend from my checking account. We can already see that this is lit up in red, showing that we have overspent what we've budgeted by $22.78. Now, there are two ways you can technically fix this in your budget spreadsheet. You can go in here and change this number to be a different number, right? You can just overwrite this. Now, if I just simply overwrite this with 6278, you know what's going to happen at the top is we've now like over budgeted by that amount, and I'm going to undo. That's something we definitely don't want to do. We would rather sit here and look at this than over budget. Okay, so this is the better bet if for some reason you couldn't cover it. If I wanted to play around with numbers and do that, I could take the money out of, like, let's say I was going to take it out of my clothes. I could take it out of there, and I could take this out of here. And I know that I need 62.78 there, and the remaining is 722 that can go back in there. So you can absolutely play around with these numbers and change them up. But I honestly think it's easier to change these numbers when you've maybe received more money. And for example, if we only had 500 in groceries and we know we need 700, we could just overwrite the 500 with 700 if we had more money. If you have overspent a category though, so I'm going to undo, take us back. If we're in this situation, it's oftentimes easiest just to use the cover overspending tool. And that's over here in the yellow section. So 2278 is what we're going to need. So we would put in the date of when we're going to cover it. Let's say we cover it on the 20th. And we're going to put in 2278 is what we need. We're going to take it from my clothes, right? And we're going to send it to the kids' clothes. Aren't they lucky? All right. So what has happened is we've zeroed out the kids' clothes category. And now my clothes are down to 722, which were the numbers we had before, essentially. The 722 is what we had left here when we rearranged these. So it is still going to show what you assigned during the month, but these numbers will shift as if you took money out of this envelope and then stuck it in this envelope, but then took it directly out of that envelope because you had to pay the bill. The goal, of course, to cover your overspending is to make sure that you are back to zero at the top and you don't have any red alerts. Keep in mind that if for some reason we couldn't cover all 2278 from there, we could do, 1078 from this category. Now we're short by $12. And then I could do another one and I could take it from, I would have to check and see. Let's say we're going to take it from, maybe we're taking it from the kids' activities fund, right? They have to pay some of it. So we're going to take that from there and put that to kids' clothes. And what's going to happen is kids' clothes is still zeroed out, but I have a little bit more in my clothes and the kids have a little bit less in their activities. So you can piece this together so that you come out exactly even. All right, I hope this was helpful and happy budgeting.